Satnam and welcome. I'm Parnam Dave and this is Yogic Living. As you can see, we're up on the mountain today in this beautiful setting. And today what I'm going to teach you is the three powerhouses of Kundalini Yoga. These three exercises that they say are some of the most powerful. So without further ado, let's go ahead and tune in with the Adi mantra. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. For those of you that are new to Kundalini Yoga, we tune into this mantra, Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. And what I mean by tune in is that we connect to our higher selves, or what some call God, or the Guru, or whatever. There really is no religion tied to Kundalini Yoga, but we're just connecting to our higher self, and we're bowing before our infinite wisdom, and that's what this mantra means. We're bowing before our infinite wisdom and helping. And what this mantra does is it allows us to tune into that golden chain of teachers, and it brings in guidance and protection. So without further ado, let's rub our palms together, put up at the center of our chest, take a big deep inhale, and exhale. Release everything, all the tension, worries, wants, everything. Once again, take a big deep inhale and release. Last chance, take a big deep inhale and let everything go. Now let's take a big deep inhale and begin with me. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Om Namo Guru Dev Namo. Inhale, suspend the breath. Feel the connection to that higher self, the golden chain of teachers. Exhale. Inhale once again, suspend the breath. Feel the connection. Exhale. Last chance. Inhale, suspend the breath. And exhale. Well, we just got done tuning in with the Adi mantra. Again, what that does is connects us to the golden chain of teachers and allows us to give us guidance and protection. It's kind of like the safety features of your car, kind of like your seatbelt and your airbags and things like that. So if something does happen to go wrong, that that golden chain will help correct that. I've even heard of people just chanting that mantra because they were having some energetic difficulties, and it aligned everything. So what we're going to do now is tune in a little further with the Mangala Charan mantra. Now this is an optional mantra, but what it does is it brings in a little bit more protection into our practice. So again, we're going to have our palms at the center of our chest. We're going to close down our eyes and focus at our 1/3 eye. And the mantra is Adgarenama, Jugadgarenama, Sadgarenama, Siri Gurudevanama. Take a big deep inhale and begin with me. Adgarenama, Jugadgarenama, Sadgarenama, Siri Gurudevanama. Adgarenama, Jugadgarenama, Sadgarenama, Siri Gurudevanama. Adgarenama, Jugadgarenama, Sadgarenama, Siri Gurudevanama. Inhale, suspend the breath. Feel the protection wrapping around you like a warm blanket. Exhale. Inhale once again. Suspend the breath. Now exhale. Last chance. Inhale, suspend the breath. Feel the protection. And exhale. Well, we just got done tuning in with the Mangala Charn mantra. Again, what that does is it brings in a little bit more protection into our practice. It's also a good one to chant before you start your vehicle. So, what I'm going to teach you today is these 3 powerful exercises. Some might say they're the most powerful in Kundalini Yoga. So, what those 3 exercises are is the 1-minute breath, Sad Kriya, and Sodarshan Chakra Kriya. So let's start with the 1-minute breath. Now, for those of you that aren't Kundalini nerds like I am, the 1-minute breath is where you inhale for 20 seconds, you hold your breath, or you suspend your breath for 20 seconds, and then you exhale for 20 seconds, giving you a full minute of breathing. And what that does, it does numerous things. But one of the main things it does is it helps to extend your life. Because as yogis we say, we're giving a certain amount of breaths. And once those breaths are used up, that's it. You're gone. You're out of here. But if you slow down your breathing to where, because most people breathe between, or usually breathe about 16 times per minute. So if you're in that situation where you're breathing 16 times a minute, what you do when you start incorporating this 1-minute breath, now you may not be able to do it, like in your daily life, but at least during that time while you're practicing, you're saving that many breaths. And of course, if you do stuff like breath of fire and exercises like that, it'll help you to extend your lung capacity. Breath of fire, of course, we covered in other videos. It's one of those basic breaths, but it's also very powerful. But this 1-minute breath is a step beyond that. So once you master that 1-minute breath, and you can do that consistently, and your normal breath may not go down to 1 minute. It may just go down to 4 breaths a minute, but they say at 4 breaths a minute, you could choose the time of your death. So, I mean, if you could slow your breath down even from 16 to 8, you live twice as long. So who doesn't want to live a little bit longer? So what we're going to do now is simply we're going to do this breath. And what I found is, like, unfortunately, it seems like as Americans, we don't really know how to breathe. And as absurd as that sounds, because I know I know what you're gonna say, Farm Dave. I've been breathing since I've been coming out of the womb. But are you breathing right? As yogis, we learn the things of our body, and we learn how to manipulate those things to work to our benefit, to work to where they're optimized. So, as yogis, what we do is we start from the stomach. So, totally empty out your lungs and start from the stomach. We want to fill that stomach area up to where it's like a big balloon. And then we're going to go into our lungs, into our chest. We're going to expand our chest out. And then even to this clavicle area. So we're going to take in a full deep breath. And believe me, when you're extending your breath to 1 minute, you want to take advantage of your whole lung capacity. And this will help to train you in that. And so then, once you've got all that breath in there, and you hold it out, or you hold it in for 20 seconds. And then slowly, when you exhale, what you're going to do is you're going to start from the clavicle, go down to the lungs, and finally your stomach. Bring that in. And start all over again. It's just that simple. So, and I found it's kind of hard to keep track of this stuff on your own. So I found this nice little app. It's called let me see the exact name for it too. I believe it is, yes, Multi-Timer. Now I just used the free one with the ads. You could do whatever you want. But the nice thing about this is you can kind of program it. And so I actually programmed it to where I could go, and I'll show you here. I don't know if you can see it, but I have it set to where it goes through this routine 31 times. So that way, I could do this when I do this practice. I typically do it for 31 minutes, or sometimes longer. But I have it set to where it resets automatically, and so that I don't have to mess around with any timer, and it just automatically dings at the right spot. So I know, okay, I'm supposed to inhale here. I'm supposed to hold my breath here. Okay, I'm supposed to exhale here. All right. So this makes it easy. I also did a little mantra with it as well, with the music. But this is a little bit easier for this class, to tell you the truth. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna begin on an inhale. So go ahead and exhale all the breath out of your lungs. And we're gonna begin. And this is a good posture to build spiritual stamina. And this is a common mudra with this 1 minute breath. If you wanted to do that, I also kind of call it the I Dream of Genie mudra, because Genie always did this when she granted the wishes. But you want to put your right hand on top of your left. Your arms are parallel to the ground, and let's go ahead and do that. And we're only going to do this for a few minutes, so don't like stress out. Um, so let's go ahead without further ado, and let's begin. again, we're going to start on an exhale. So exhale all the breath out of your lungs and begin now. Now inhale, suspend the breath. And exhale. Inhale once again, suspend the breath. Exhale. Last chance. Inhale, suspend the breath. And exhale. That was the 1 minute breath. And again, what this does is it helps you to slow down your breathing. My teacher always told us, if you breathe long and deep, you will live long and you'll never be a creep. So, keep that in mind. Um, this breath is one of the most powerful. They say if you master this breath, you can bring the dead back to life. So, with that, and we only did it for 3 minutes. If you wanted to master it, of course, you'd want to do it for closer to 62 minutes. But 31 minutes is a good time to kind of start off with to break your to break yourself in. But if you're just getting started in this practice, you probably just want to start with like 3 minutes, like we just did, or and then of course gradually bring it up to 11, and then 31, and so on and so forth. Um, the reason you'll see like if you're new into Kundalini Yoga, you'll start to notice these patterns of numbers for the amount of time we do things. Generally, in 3 minutes, 3 minutes starts to purify the blood. After 11 minutes, it starts to promote a change. After 31 minutes, it affects your aura, your auric field around your body. And after 62 minutes, it affects the prana. At 22 minutes, it affects the positive mind and the negative mind. They help to work together. So there are all these different times. And if you want more information about that, of course, I've talked about that in other videos. So, but what we're going to do now is we're going to move into another powerful exercise called Sat Kriya. Now, Sat Kriya is one of those things. We're going to do that in what's called rock pose, where we're sitting on our heels. Now, let me see. I wanted to, because I believe there is something special that it says about Sat Kriya. Yes. So, you may build up the time Sat Kriya to 31 minutes, but remember, long and deep relaxation immediately afterwards, because when you do Sat Kriya, it really affects your nervous system. So you want to make sure that you give your body time to relax. And so do not try to jump into 31 minutes, of course. And we're only going to do 3 today, by the way. And but let me read you a few points. If you have not taken drugs or cleared out your system all the effects, you may choose to practice this kriya with the palms open, pressing the palms flat against each other. This releases more energy than the other method. So the other method will be putting our hands in Atmangyan Mudra. If you're a male, you're going to put your right thumb over your left thumb. If you're a female, you're going to put your left over your right. But this is the advanced way to do that. So you have your palms together over your head. So, and notice that you emphasize pulling in the navel point. Don't try to apply Mulban when this happens. It happens automatically if the navel is pulled right. Consequently, the hips and lumbar spine do not rotate or flex. Your spine stays straight, and the only motion is that your arms make is a straight up and down with each satnam. So I see a lot of people do this kriya wrong, and they try to move with it, but the only movement is really with your body, and it looks like you're trying to move your arms or anything, but your arms are actually straight up the whole time. And the only thing is when you chant Sat, you tend to, because you have to pull it in really forcefully, and when you do that, it moves your body. And so it appears that you're moving your arms, but your arms stay extended and straight the whole time. Sat Kriya is fundamentally a kriya and should be practiced every day for at least 3 minutes. Its effects are numerous. This exercise works directly on stimulating and channelizing the Kundalini energy, so that it must always be practiced with Satnam. Sat Kriya strengthens the entire sexual system and stimulates its natural flow of energies. This relaxes phobias about sexuality. It allows you to control the incessant sexual impulse by rechannelizing sexual energy to creative and healing activities in the body. People who are severely maladjusted or have mental problems benefit from this kriya, since these disturbances are always connected with an imbalance in the energies of the lower 3 chakras. General physical health is improved since all the internal organs receive a gentle rhythmic massage from this exercise. The heart gets stronger from rhythmic up and down blood pressure you generate from the pumping motion of the navel point. If you have nothing else, make this Kriya part of your daily promise to yourself to keep the body a clean and vital temple of God. So that's what it says about this Kriya. So this Kriya is, like I said, very powerful. Very powerful. It's one of the top 3. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and do that Kriya. Alright, so let's get into Sat Kriya. Again, we're going to want to sit in rock pose. We're going to have our hands in Atmangyan Mudra. And if you're male, you're going to have your right thumb over your left. And if you're female, you're going to have your left thumb over your right. And we're going to put that over our head, arms stretched up. Like I said, we're just going to stretch the arms up. The body's going to do a movement. It's going to look like, almost like we're moving our arms, but we're not. We're actually keeping them straight up, and we're just going to move our body. And when we chant Sat, we're going to make sure to pull in that navel really, really hard as we can. And then we're going to bring that energy to the top of our head. And when we say Nam, we're going to release that out into our aura. Now, if you're pregnant or on your moon cycle, do not pull your navel in forcefully like that. Just go ahead and chant Sat, and go ahead and bring that energy up to your head. And then when you say Nam, bring it out your aura, but don't pull your navel in as roughly as somebody who is not on their moon cycle or pregnant. In fact, don't pull your navel in at all. It just, because you're pregnant and you're on your moon cycle, it could overload your system and harm you, or if you're pregnant, of course, harm the child. So, without further ado, let's get into it. And I'm only going to show you a brief taste of it, only a few minutes. So let's get into it. Sat Nam, 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 Sat position. Inhale, suspend your breath. Exhale. Now hold the breath out, and if you're not pregnant on your moon cycle, apply Mahaban, where you contract your sphincter, your sex organ, your navel, and you pull your diaphragm in and up, and you do chin lock with your neck slightly pulled back. Inhale once again, and exhale, and if you can, apply Mahaban. Inhale, and again last time, exhale, hold the breath out, apply Mahaban. And inhale, relax the posture. So that was Sat Kriya. And again, there are a lot of benefits to Sat Kriya. It helps with your grounding, helps with your digestive system. Obviously, when you're pulling your navel, you work your digestive system. And so that's one of the most powerful Kriyas, again, that we could do. So, I want to pull in the camera a little closer, and then I'm going to explain to you Sodarshan Chakra Kriya. Alright, well, let me read you what this says about Sodarshan Chakra Kriya. And like I said, this is one of the top 3 meditation, or one of the top 3 exercises in Kundalini Yoga. This is one of the greatest meditations you can practice. It has considerable transformational powers. The personal identity is rebuilt, giving the individual a new perspective on the self. It retains the mind. According to the Tantra Shastras, it can purify your past karma and subconscious impulses that may block you from fulfilling you. It balances all 27 facets of life and mental projection, and gives you the pranic power of health and healing. It establishes inner happiness and a state of flow and ecstasy in life. It opens your inner universe to relate, co-create, and complete the external universe. This meditation balances the teacher aspect of the mind. It acts on all other aspects like a mirror to reveal their true nature and adds corrections. You act as a human being, not as a human doing. If the teacher aspect is too strong, you risk a spiritual ego, which becomes too attached to the ability to detach, to be above normal struggles. When the teacher aspect is too weak, you can misuse your spiritual and teaching position for personal advantage. When balanced, the teacher aspect is impersonally personable. It starts with an absolute awareness and a neutral asset from the awareness. The teacher uses intuition to know directly what is and what isn't a diversion. You will respond from the neutral mind beyond all the positives and the negatives. You are clear about your purpose and the laws of each action. A complete teacher is not an instructor. The teacher is an expression of infinity for the benefit of all. You master non-attachment, so you're simultaneously in your activities and not of them. Treat the practice with reverence and increase your depth and dimensions, caliber, and happiness. It gives you a new start against all odds. Of all the 20 types of yoga, including Kundalini Yoga, this is the highest Kriya. This meditation cuts through all darkness. It will give you a new start. It is the simplest Kriya, but at the same time the hardest. It cuts through all barriers of the neurotic or psychotic inside nature. When a person is in a very bad state, techniques imposed from the outside will not work. The pressure has to be stimulated from within. The tragedy of life is when the subconscious releases garbage into the conscious mind. This Kriya invokes the Kundalini to give you necessary vitality and intuition to combat the negative effects of the subconscious mind. There is no time, no place, no space, no condition attached to this mantra. Each garbage point has its own time to clear. If you are going to clean your own garbage, you must estimate and clean it as fast as you can, or as slow as you want. Start practicing slowly. The slower the better. Start with just 5 minutes a day and gradually build up to either 32 or 62 minutes. The maximum time is 2.5 hours for practice for this meditation. So, as you can see, this is a very powerful meditation. It's spoken of very highly. It's a very, very powerful meditation. So, let's get into it. So, how do we do this? So, first of all, we're going to sit in either easy pose or lotus pose, whatever is most comfortable for you. And you're going to sit up straight. You want to keep your spine straight. For all these Kundalini exercises, you want to make sure you have a straight spine and you have what's called neck lock. So what that is you just pull your chin back slightly, and it's so you can align your spine, your cervical spine, and your other spine, so you can have things straight. So there's this clear path into your brain. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to block our right nostril with our right thumb. We're going to inhale slowly and deeply through the left nostril. We're going to suspend our breath, and we're going to mentally chant Waheguru 16 times. And while we're chanting that, we're going to pump our navel point 3 times with each repetition of Waheguru. Once on Wa, once on He, and once on Guru. And there's going to be a total of 48 pumps. Then after 16 repetitions of Waheguru, we block the right nostril, and unblock the right nostril and place the right index or pinky finger to block the left nostril, and exhale slowly and deeply through the right nostril. So we're just going to inhale for this whole meditation. We're just going to inhale through the right and exhale through the left. And we're going to be chanting Waheguru in our head while we pump our navel. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Again, we're only going to do this for a short amount of time. We're only going to do it for 3 minutes, just to give you a taste. And like this says, if you want to take it into a practice, start out slowly. Start out with 3-5 minutes, and then work your way up if you want to work your way up. Like they said, estimate how much you want to clean out, and take that time to clean it out. If you want to take all day to clean it out, we'll take all day to clean it out. If you want to take years to clean it out, take years to clean it out. Whatever. But the maximum time you're supposed to do any Kundalini Yoga is 2.5 hours, because 2.5 hours is 10% of your day. So if you want to spend 10% of your day doing this, then you're going to make progress really quickly. I don't recommend starting off doing that. Take it slow and gradually, but everybody knows their own body. If you've been doing this for a while and you want to do it for 2.5 hours, by all means, go ahead. Alright, well, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so again, we're going to be inhaling just through our left, and we're going to be exhaling through our right, while we chant mentally Waheguru. And on Wa, we're going to pull in our navel. On He, we're going to pull in our navel again. On Guru, we're going to pull in our navel again. And we're going to be pumping our navel a total of 16 times per breath. Alright, well, I think we got it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What I'm going to do sort of as a cheater method is I'm going to keep count with my other hand, because it doesn't say what you could do with your other hand. And so, on each repetition of Waheguru, I'm going to count on my hands. So after I reach 4 repetitions, I'll know I've been through 16 times. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale. Now inhale and shake your whole body. Exhale. Inhale once again, shake your body. Exhale. Last time, inhale, shake your body. Exhale. You want to get that energy circulated. Now, ideally, if you can hold your breath for 1 whole minute and shake your body, that's what you're supposed to do, but you can also break it up like that. All right, so that is Sodarshan Chakra Kriya, one of the most powerful meditations you can do in all of yoga. Helps to, again, clear out your mind, um, helps to straighten things out, helps to um, define that teacher aspect within each of us. Allows us to relay information precisely and not try to use our leverage as a teacher as a negative aspect. So, that is what I wanted to teach you today. These three powerful exercises. Um, you could do these together. You could do these separately. It's up to you. You know, I just wanted to convey these powerful exercises to you. The only one I've done really on on a consistent basis would be the 1 minute breath. If just for your information. So that's the only one I can I have a lot of personal experience with. Of course, I've done these other ones. I've done Sodarshan Chakra Kriya. I've done Sat Kriya. But the only one I've spent a lot of time with is the 1 minute breath. And so I have a lot of experiences with that. I find personally it really helped when I was doing that practice. It helped me to be calmer, helped me to really see things in a different light, and it allowed me to have a different just a different whole perspective on life. And of course, when you're doing anything with your pranic body, like breathing long and deep or breath of fire, you're balancing out your energy. And so I really felt a change while I was doing this. All right, so that is all I have to teach you for today. So let's go ahead and tune out with the Long Time Sunshine song. May the long time sunshine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sunshine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Oh, thank you, oh God and Guru, for giving us these teachings that we may glow and grow. Waheguru Kakasa, Waheguru Pate. Well, thank you for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. If you want to be notified next time I upload one of these things, hit that bell icon. And I did write a book. It's all about my spiritual journey. It's called Why I Wear This Thing on My Head. If you want to obtain a copy, I'll leave the information on how you can do that below. All right, Sat Nam. Waheguru Kakasa, Waheguru Pate.